Hi everyone, we're going to sketch a graph of this polynomial. The first thing we're going to find the degree. So if you don't want to put this in standard form, we can just put our degrees here and add these up. So this is 1 plus 1 plus 2. So your degree equals 4. The end behavior we'll discuss later, but we're going to use the fact of our degree and that this is negative. Our y-intercept is when our x is 0. So when x is 0, what's y? So let's plug in 0. Plug in 0 there, you're going to get negative 2. Plug in 0 there, you get 1. And plug in 0 there, and you're going to get 4 squared. So our y-intercept, we have two negatives here. So that's going to be 2 times 16 is 32. All right? Now our zeros, or our x-intercepts, are when y is 0. So when this whole thing is 0, we can have 2. If I plug in 2, that's going to make it 0. If I plug in negative 1, that makes it 0. And also negative 4, that will make it 0. And our maximum turning points for this is going to be 4 minus 1. So we have at most 3 turning points. We're going to do determine intervals where y is negative and y is positive after we graph it. So let's discuss the end behavior. Just remember our degree was 4 and it's negative here. So if we have a negative and 4 is an even number and it's negative. So this is the realm we're in. So if I were just to graph y equals negative x to the 4th, it's kind of flat in here, and then it's going to shoot down. It's not a very good graph, but it shoots down like this. So that's not accurate at all, but that's the general form of it. So all this means is that when we graph this, we're starting in quadrant 3, which is negative, negative, and we're going to end in quadrant 3. So that's going to be x is positive and y is negative. And that's what this means here. So as x tends to positive infinity, our y is going down here. And it's going towards negative infinity. And then as y goes negative here, so does x, so does our y. It also goes to negative. So that's how we write it. Mainly, we need to know we're starting in quadrant 1, 2, 3, and we're going to end in quadrant 4. All right, so let's plot everything. Let me write this out again. Y equals negative x minus 2, x plus 1, times x plus 4 squared. So we had y-intercept at 32. So I'm just going to estimate it and put the 32 right about there. So it's just not going to be drawn to scale very well, and then just go from there. So we have a x-intercept at 2, negative 1, and negative 4. The main thing you need to remember about this is we're going to be starting in quadrant 3, ending in quadrant 4. That was our end behavior. So we're going to go all the way up to our negative 4. Now, since this is this factor here and that's an even number, we can't cross. We only touch and come back down. We're not, I'm just sketching the graph, so I'm not going to worry about the local min and max and all that. I'm just going to come back up through negative 1. Now, at negative 1, that's to the first power, so it can cross, and it's going to cross right here. It can cross the x-axis, and we're going to go all the way to 32, which really normally would be much higher, but we're just going to put it there. And then we come back down and go to 2. Now, 2 is to an odd power, well, that factor, so that means we can go straight down. So that's just a little sketch of the graph. Now let's determine where our y is negative. So our y is negative right here, this portion of the graph, and this portion of the graph. So it's saying where is our y negative. So that's going to be from negative infinity to -1, and then from 2 to infinity. And where is our graph positive? Where is our y positive? Your y values are positive right up here in this area. So something right there. And that's from -1 to 2. That's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.